Hi everyone, welcome to day one. Ah, day one of God. What did I call it? The Abundant Bitch 3-part workshop series. Fuck yeah! All right, welcome. I'm just gonna make sure this is working, and then we're gonna get started. If I can find it, there we go.
Welcome
Yay.
to day one.
It's working. Hi, Stacy. When you guys pop on, say hello, whether you're here live or on the replay. And cool. My attention span is a little not 100% today. So I'm like so easily distracted. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Stacy. Hello. Okay, so don't forget, in order to qualify to win the prizes, and to remind you what they are, first place is $250, second place is $100, and third place is a rich as fuck mug. And I'll be rocking that rich as fuck mug probably tomorrow on day 2 or day 3. But for now, I have Gianna's. I have Gianna's merch. Worthy AF, which is still applicable. Hi, kitty. Love that. All right, so don't forget, I'm gonna be doing homework at the end, and in order to qualify for the prizes, just stay on till the end and hear the homework and do the homework. And basically you just have to post the homework on social media, on either Instagram or Facebook, with the hashtag GetLit. What is the hashtag? I wrote it down, don't worry. Hashtag GetLit Money Challenge. Hashtag GetLit Money Challenge. Okay? And yeah. All right, let's get started. Today we're talking about, God, what did I call this? Scarcity is the conversation today, right? Right? Okay. Okay, so dropping scarcity for motherfucking good, so you can finally have more than enough money. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Angel. Hi, Ivana. I can't pronounce things. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome to day one. Today we're going to be talking about dropping scarcity for good, so that you can finally have more than enough money. Am I right? So scarcity is something I'm hell qualified to teach on, and it's like one of my favorite topics of conversation, because it was something that I used to struggle with so fucking bad. So bad. And honestly, it was like one of the hardest / easiest things I overcame ever with money. And I'm gonna teach you guys how to today as well. Hi, Obsidian. Hi, Tara. Get Lit Money Challenge. Yes, thanks for dropping the hashtag in the comments. It'll also be, if you signed up for this series, and you're not just seeing this because you're in my Facebook group, you'll also get an email with the homework and directions and the replay. And these replays will be up probably through Friday, and then we're gonna take them down and have them be bonuses for the people who are in Get Lit with Money Bitch. Hi, Samantha, good to see you. I hope we're gonna get wine together soon. Anyways, May, right? Words, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's 2 days left to join Get Lit with Money Bitch. So if you wanna totally transform your relationship with money, unfuck your brain with money, and choose and decide to be rich, be fully supported by God and money, this is the course for you. It will literally help you rewire all your limiting ideas and all your limiting beliefs around money, so that you can make money, make a lot of money, and make a lot of money easily. So if you have questions about that course, reach out to me. Otherwise, I can direct you to people who have already taken the course, and be warned, they will probably convince you to buy it. But anyways, I'm doing something. Yes, May, so excited, good. I'm doing something that I've never done before during this launch of Get Lit, where I've taken, I've discounted the price by over 40% off, because it's really deeply my intention to get this work to as many people as possible, because this course will literally change your life, okay? So if you have questions about it, again, just reach out. That's what I'm here for. Hi, Blair. All right, let's get started. Okay, so hi, Dennis. Hi, everyone. So scarcity was like I said, the hardest and the easiest thing for me to get rid of. It was more so just a vibe of the solution is simple. The solution is truly simple. Hi, love. But you just have to be consistent with it. It's the only thing, right? And I think a lot of people come into work around money, and they look for a quick, easy fix. Something that you only do once. And although I've had those experiences, good to see you too. I've had those experiences with shifting blocks or whatever around money, and even other areas of my life, where it's I do it once, and it's oh my God, every part of me kind of integrates it. And it's I never really have to fuck with it ever again, or maybe once or twice. But it's most of the time, it's a continual oh, I have to redecide how life, money, business, relationships, body, health, all of it gets to be. And I redecide. over and over again until it becomes like just normal, natural, and easy, and just like that's how I expect it to go, and that's what that's where I create from. Does that make sense? So with scarcity, and I took some notes because I have so much to say about this. So yeah, I just want to make sure I don't forget anything. But anyways, you know, with scarcity, like the simple solution and answer is really like, you have to be your own source, right? Like you have to be like, 'cause what is scarcity, right? Like, I don't have enough money. How does scarcity feel like emotionally? It feels like, right? It's like a scary, like I feel powerless. Things are out of my control. Money's hard, right? We're going to be talking about money's hard on day 2 tomorrow, by the way. But you know, it just is like this overwhelming, like anxious, I don't have control, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, right? And let me tell you guys something, like it is totally irrelevant to how much money you have, believe it or not, right? That feeling is a choice. And it's just a choice that we've been used to or conditioned to have in association with money, but it's still a choice. And we can undecide to have that scarcity vibe anytime we want, continually, over and over again. And like from there, guys, when you choose to be your own source with money, and what that means is, regardless of how much money you have right now, regardless of how much money you've made this year so far, regardless of how much money you have in your bank accounts, regardless of how much debt you have or not, like regardless, motherfucking regardless, you choose and decide to feel safe, to feel secure, to feel worthy, to feel good enough anyways, right? So I love comparing this to like my journey that I've had with my body. Like, and for those of you who have been following me for a while, you probably noticed that I've lost weight since like year 1 of my business. And I've always been kind of like a thin person, but then like when I started my business, I was in a lot of scarcity around money, and I didn't have the emotional or mental capacity to do much beyond my business, right? So my relationship with my body fell to the wayside, right? That's that saying, right? I think. You know what's funny, you guys? What's that phrase? Nip it in the bud, right? Is that how you say that? I used to always think it was nick it in the butt. So, yeah, you guys. Hi, Megan. So true. My husband doubled his income and still is living in not enough money freakouts. Yeah, totally. It's totally irrelevant with how much money you have or not. But here's the thing, you guys, like when I was in scarcity with money vibes, and I talked about this a little bit in a live stream I did the other day where, God, what did I call it? So if you haven't seen that, it'll really help you as well. But it's called like, if you're someone who knows how to make money, but you don't, you never like have money, and you're like, where's it all going? Like what's happening, right? This like scarcity like really affected that, right? Because once I got over like, that vibe of like, I'm incapable, I don't know how to make money, and I just decided that I was someone who could make money and then it didn't have to be hard or a big deal, I started making a bunch of money, right? But then for a while I was like, where the fuck is it all going, right? And I was like, I have money, and like I never like ran out, but it was like, I was like, I should have a lot more for what I make, like what the fuck is happening? LOL, I make it fun, but I don't know where it goes. Yeah, been there. But so watch that live stream then that I did the other day in the group. But anyways, you know, scarcity was like a huge thing with it, right? It kept me in this like uncomfortable, like mental and emotional association with money, where money kind of freaked me out, right? So, and I wasn't consciously aware of it at the time. At the time I was like, yeah, I want to make money. Oh, my money's going weird places. It's going away. I don't have enough. And then my brain was like, you know what the solution is, right? Make more. And so I would try to, and sometimes it would work. And then most of the time it was like, I would decide to, and then I would, but then I would still have the same problem, right? Where it was like the money was coming in, but then it was going somewhere, right? And so then I tried like the practical things, quote unquote, like air quotes, so important, of like, oh, let me like manage my spending, right? Let me spend less, or like, let me like track my shit or whatever, and like track it and like spend less, basically. That was the practical thing. And guess what happened? I made less. I made less money. And it was because like I had that fear vibes with money, right? So it was like if I went to try and like stack it beyond what I was comfortable with, like unconsciously, I would just make less. So I would always level out around the same number in my bank account. Does that make sense? I've tried that as well. I try to look at it as a boomerang now, spend it to get it. Yeah. And I don't think you have to spend money to get money, but I think neither spending nor receiving money has to be like drama. You know what I mean? Look, God, I can't type today. It's okay. My mouth can't keep up with my brain today, so you guys are getting like, I'm randomly like stuttering on my words or whatever, but it's fine. The message always comes out to the best of its ability. But anyways, so scarcity with money vibes is always like choosing and deciding to be your own source, right? And I remembered I was always like, make more money, make more money, make more money, make more money. I would hit a level and then want to go to the next one and the next one and the next one. And it was always like this vibe and this feeling of there's not enough still, right? And that I've had that experience when I've made like nearly $50,000 in a month, and I've had that same experience when I made like $1,000 in a month. Like, and I was like, I've made way more money and I'm still feeling like this. This must be scarcity, right? It must be like, it must not have anything to do with actually how much money I'm making, right? And when I learned to disassociate that, or like stop associating like the money with the scarcity vibe, and just kind of made them separate things, right? Where it was like, this is an emotional issue, not a financial issue, right? And from there, I could stop being so fucking emotional about my money. I could stop being so like drama, hard, not enough, not enough, not enough. And I could just like choose and decide to make more money easily and have like mental clarity there, right? And receive guidance and then just like naturally gravitate into more, right? Is really what it feels like. When you make more money in alignment, it feels fucking easy. Like it really does. Like I'm not just like, oh, money's easy. Like it literally is. Like when you're in alignment with money, you take out all the garbage, drama, bullshit that's in your brain around money. It's like you simply just choose and decide to have more, and it's not a big deal. It's not dramatic and it's not hard. It just feels like a natural expanding, right? And I love to talk about like money stuff in the same way. Like it just feels like this expansion, right? Where it's like the same type of vibe where it's like if you turn on a light inside a closet, right? It's like the light expands to fill the space, right? And I feel like that it's almost like getting a bigger closet in this metaphor. Are you guys following? But like when you get the bigger closet, it's like the light naturally just expands to fill the rest of the space, right? The bigger space. And I feel like money does that too when you choose and decide to have more and you stop making it like a hard big deal. I'm in this place now that more money just needs to come in because I'm not using this to spend on bills, a demand of me / the universe of not going back to the old way of being / living. Let me reread that. I'm in this place now that more money just needs to come in because I'm not using this to spend on bills. Yeah, cool, done. I'll take a bigger closet, thanks. Fair enough. But anyway, so yeah, I feel like, you know, we get what we're available for with money, right? And I feel like with the vibe and energy of scarcity is directly correlated to the manifestation of not having enough money, right? But I really feel like when we, like I remember having this moment in business like a couple years ago where I was like, I remember I was taking a shower, right? And I was like, it felt like I was going through these vibes where it was like I'd make money and then it would like, I would feel in this ebb and flow vibes, right? And then all of a sudden it was like the launch would end, or it'd be like on to the next thing, and I would start stressing out and I'd be like, how do I make more money? How do I make more money? And I remember literally standing in the shower and having like this full on like anxiety like overtake me, and I was like, man, fuck this. And I was like, I've been in business for like a while. It felt like at the time, a while now. And like, I remember feeling this way like before I started the business, the beginning of the business, last fucking week, yesterday, right? Like I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. And I got to this point where I was like, you know what? If I'm just gonna like, I'm gonna let myself choose to feel safe anyways, choose to feel secure anyways, regardless. And then it was like this thing happened where all that like tension and anxiety cleared up and I had clarity, right? I had that mental clarity. I love you too. I had that mental clarity where it was like, I can just choose to make more money, right? But I feel like when we're overwhelmed by like that, I don't have enough. We like can't think and function and be guided into more, you know? And it's just not a hard big deal is my point, but you choose and decide to be your own source, right? And I love comparing it to like, people ask me, they're like, Genevieve, how do you choose and decide to be your own source when you don't have enough money to pay your bills? Or when I don't have, like there's this thing that I really want and I don't have the money for it or whatever, how do I do it then? I'm like, you do it even and especially then. If that's the situation you're in, if you don't have enough money to pay for your shit, that's when it's most important to make that decision. And then it's just like, because you got to think about it like this, like, is you worrying about it helping anything? No, it's not. It's just making you stress out and be like not clear and like create a disconnect and make money even like feel even harder, you know? So I always love comparing it to like, I kind of started to talk about this and then I like got distracted because Genevieve. But anyways, you know, if you followed me since like year 1 of my business, like I said, I gained weight in year 1. I like how I talk about it in like weird year 1. Like college, yeah. College. No, I never went to college. Ha 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 ha. Never went to college. Waste of fucking time for me. Yeah, it just wasn't a part of my plan or agenda, obviously. But anyways, year 1 of my business, I gained weight because I was so in like a vibe of scarcity where business and money literally took up like 99.99% of my mental and emotional capacity and energetic capacity. So it was like I was in a relationship that I felt disconnected from. It was like basically like the stereotypical like disconnect. What's that saying? It's like disconnected from your body, dry vagina vibes, you know, where it was like I was so disconnected. What? Well, it's like, shut up, Gianna. But anyways, like, it was just like, I was so disconnected from my body and I would literally just like work. And then I would get to this point where I was like, I'm tired. I'm just going to order like food that's easy and convenient. And then I'm going to pass the fuck out and watch Netflix. And, I didn't take care of my body. And like the idea of taking care of my body and like feeding it healthy food, working out, just felt fucking exhausting. It felt so like pushy, energy, effortful. And I was like, I don't want things to feel hard. And I've always been that person. Fucking ask my mom. My mom used to always ride my ass for being lazy growing up. But it's because like I can't do things when they feel hard. And I was like, well, I want to be rich though. So I was like, all right, there's got to be a way for this to be easy, right? What I truly, truly believe is like, if you have a desire for it, it fucking exists, right? And this is something I go over in depth in Get Lit with Money Bitch. But you know, if it disagrees with you having what you want, it's not true. It's a flawed premise. It's a limiting belief. It's a bullshit belief, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it's just not true, right? So I was like, I want to be rich and I want it to be easy. Therefore, there must be a way to have both, right? Instead of like sacrificing ease or sacrificing like abundance, right? I was like unavailable for either. So I found a way to make it easy. And it was truly by like shifting my limiting ideas around money, like period. But anyways, choosing to be your own source. So I gained the weight in year 1, right? And I keep fucking getting distracted with this conversation. I'm like circling back to it. Anyways, it's fine. So like I started, God, what was my point in that? Oh yeah. So it started feeling really easy to like work out, take care of my body and like naturally just like lose weight without what felt like trying at all. And it was because I decided, because it's like I would always go into like eating healthy or working out from this vibe and this energy of like, I'm not good enough. I need to be better. My body needs to be better. I need like to be better looking, to be more worthy, to be hot or whatever. Legit, right? That's where it came from for me. And Gianna, shh. Anyways, but it came from that vibe, right? So it was this very like push-pull energy that made things feel hard, right? And when I literally decided, I was like, I'm going to feel hot anyways. Like, I'm just going to like feel like the hot, sexy ass bitch that I know I am. Anyways, in transit, it was like the shifts that I needed to make it easier just started happening normally, naturally, and easily, right? And it's like the same thing with money. If there is a habit that you have that's out of alignment or that's making things hard, when you shift the mentality and you decide to be your own source, it's like things just start getting better and better and better and better with money and easier and easier and easier with money. Does that make sense? So it's like, that's why it's the same capacity with that example of like my relationship with my body as it is with money, where it's like when you choose and decide to feel secure now, when you choose and decide to feel worthy and safe now, and you stop tying that to your bank account, you stop tying that to your money, then it's like, things just get better. Things just get easier. I resonate with this so much. I was the same. I could never consistently work out and it felt hard. And now I go to the gym 5 days a week. I feel like a sexy mommy. I almost read Miami. I don't know. Can't read today. I feel like a sexy mommy and I'm inspired to go every day. Well, almost. Yeah, that's amazing. And it just feels easy, right? And I feel like there's this saying that Gianna says, my twin sister, but she's like really into like the mindset stuff around like body stuff and relationships, right? And it's all like the same work across all boards, like across all like areas for sure, definitely, duh. So yeah, like somebody used the material in Get Lit with Money Bitch to quit smoking. I was like, that's fucking awesome. Because it was all like, it was a habit of an extension of a belief system or a thought, right? And when they shifted that, like the desire to smoke went away. So it was cool as fuck. I was like, that's a really interesting but awesome testimonial. But they also made a lot more money too. So anyways, but yeah, like it just felt easy. But something Gianna says is like bodies want to move, right? It's just like you're fundamentally like physically wired to want to move your body, right? So if you're feeling in resistance to a natural like desire of your body, like something's off, right? A belief system is off, or there's something, you're making it hard in some way, shape, or form, and it doesn't have to be, right? And I really believe the same thing about money. And like for you as an individual, like you're here to be rich. If that's what you want, like bodies want to move, bitches want money. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like God, money wants to be with you. God wants to give you money. Like the universe wants to give you abundance. Like that's here and available for you. But it's like, if it's not being an active like part of your experience, like a normal, natural, and easy part of your experience, it's like because there's something off, right? And the most common one is scarcity and not being your own source. Make sense? Did you see my face just go? I'm so excited to talk about what we're about to talk about. But anyways, I wanted to give you guys a second. Do you guys have questions so far? Is this making sense? Let me know. And then we're gonna move on to part 2. So much to say. I'm gonna drink water while I wait. I'm fucking extra as fuck today. I love it. I like walked into Justin and Gianna's room earlier. This is gonna be not flattering to me at all, but it's fine. I like walked in there and Justin likes to sit at his computer and work, and I just like opened the door and was like, just did like a creepy ass face. He's like, you're extra today. And I was like, I know. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys something right now that will seriously improve your relationship with money, but it's going to contradict a lot of things you've been taught. Are you ready? Or a lot of things you unconsciously or subconsciously were taught about life or money or whatever. But it goes against what I'm saying, so it's wrong. So I'm going to tell you guys. But anyways, okay. So many people, what does the voice of scarcity do? Let's spell it out, like make it really simple and easy. It goes, blah, blah, checking my bank account, or you're avoiding that altogether. And it goes, I don't have enough money, right? And then what does your brain do? What does that scarcity vibe do? What does it do? It goes, I mean, it depends on where the momentum's at, but it's one of these things, which is like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a failure, right? Go into self, like beating up on yourself. The extra is what I come here for. Good. Yes. Anyways, I'm a piece of shit. I'm not doing good enough. What's wrong with me? Not helpful. Stop doing that. Or the other thing is, God, what's the other thing? I'm just kidding. The other thing is, oh my God, make more money. Oh my God, freak out. It's so scary. I don't have enough. Let's go get more. Oh my God, let's try. Let's try. It's so hard. Right? That's what it does. Right? Right. But here's the thing, loves. You can't solve, and I talk about this so much in the course, but it's like, you want to know why money feels hard? Because you're trying to make more from that energy, right? That's like trying to work out and lose weight or get healthy from an energy of like, I'm a fat piece of shit, right? It's like, that's not doing anything for anybody, and that's making it hard, right? Or that's like trying to be like, manifest your motherfucking soulmate when you think you're like a garbage can. You know what I mean? Like when you think you suck. That's me, yeah. I could call it out because literally all of these used to be me. Yeah, I'm glad you guys can relate. But anyways, I'm glad you guys can relate because I have your solution. That's what I mean by that. But anyways, like, or it's like trying to, like I said, manifest your soulmate when you think you're like the least desirable person ever or whatever, right? And it's like the same thing, let's talk about that for a second. The same thing across all boards, like all boards, I don't think I'm saying that right, across all areas, we'll just leave it like that, is I didn't attract a relationship that I genuinely wanted, that I was genuinely like happy and satisfied with until I felt worthy, if that makes sense. But it was like, I didn't feel worthy. No, not until I lost some weight. No, not until I made some more money. No, not until I thought I was like cool and like not socially awkward at all. None of those things. It was when I fucking decided to be worthy. That's it, right? I was like, when I'm, regardless, just worthy all the time, worthy all the time, worthy all the time, safe and secure all the time, safe and secure all the time, safe and secure all the time, right? But anyways, I'm gonna read that comment in a second, Haley. But anyways, you know, so that scarcity vibe, right? It's like, I don't have enough money, try and make more money. And it's like, that's when it feels hard. And that's when it's like the vibe of like, one step forward, two steps backwards, because you're trying to create something from a contradictive energy. Does that make sense? Whereas like when it feels easy, you're not fucking worried about it, right? When it is easy, you know what you get to have. You choose and decide how available it is for you. You choose and decide that you get to have what you want. You choose and decide to feel safe and secure anyways. You choose and decide that it's not a big mother effing deal, because it isn't. And then it's like you just naturally expand into more, and it's not a big deal. It's not fucking hard. Like literally, you guys, like making $40,000 in a month and making $1 in a month, it was like the same. I mean, obviously it was different because different amounts of money, but I mean, like, it didn't feel harder. It didn't feel like, it felt just normal. It felt normal and natural, right? And like, it's easy as fuck when you're like, break that cycle, right? You break that cycle that's like, oh my God, I don't have enough money. And I see this in so many business owners, especially. And this was like, used to be my problem for a while. Like back in the day, especially year one of my business, it was like, not enough, make more, 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 you get the point. And I was just like constantly fucking in a state of anxiety, basically. And I was like, and it also just felt harder than it needs to be, right? And it wasn't until I decided to be my own source, right, that it truly, truly, truly got easy, right? But it was like when the point of this is like, stop doing it from that energy that's wrong, right? This is what I want you guys to really hear and take away from this part is like, you gotta get ready. You gotta be ready to get ready, or get ready to be ready. It's something Abraham Hicks says that I love. And like, honestly, it's so good. It's so good and so helpful. But it's like, if you're ever in that vibe where it's like, you're putting this pressure on yourself, right? Or you're beating yourself up or whatever, because you need to make more money, right? Because you're one, not in that moment being your own source. So you gotta, one, decide to be your own source. And then two, get ready to be ready, right? Where it's like, you don't need that instant validation, right? You don't need the instant solution right fucking now. And then it's like, from there, you're not trying to go from like, you're not trying to take too big of a jump, if that makes sense. Because it's like, when you're trying to make too big of a jump, it feels hard. And it's like, I need the money right now. Let me try and create it right now. And it just creates, like, in business, I can speak as like from a business owner perspective, it creates a bunch of disconnect. It really disconnects you from your creativity. And it's not fucking sustainable. It's really not. You end up creating something you hate, or that doesn't sell anyways, or doesn't do well, or whatever. And it's like, it's really honestly just fucking simple, right? When you get happy, right? When you get happy, you have clarity and you're available. When you're happy, you're receptive. You're receptive to guidance, and you're also receptive to your fucking good. You're receptive to things being easy, and you're receptive and available for things to work out for you. And you're receptive and available for you to get ahead, right? For you to get ahead in life, and you to get ahead with money, and you to have enough, and you to have more than enough, and you to have a savings account, and you to have like shit going towards retirement, and like you to have like, you know, paying all your shit easily, and doing the things you want, and buying the things you want, having the experiences, all of it, right? But it's like, when you're constantly trying to get there from this energy of like, it's not enough, I don't have enough, you don't ever get there. You don't ever get there. It's across the board, but yours is all the boards, yes. Okay, I'm gonna read this comment. But is this making sense? Are you guys following? Quickly going back to what you said, or what you were saying about how in those moments of freaking out, about not being able to pay your bills, and those being the moments you have to decide to be safe and secure no matter what. How did you calm your nervous system enough to fully get connected to that belief and anchor into it? I found in those times that I've applied your advice about adopting that belief, but my nervous system is still so freaked that it constantly took me out of the vibe. So what did you do to really anchor in that decision and belief to be secure no matter what? So if it feels like that, you're not truly deciding, right? You're hoping and wishing and trying, but you're not deciding, right? A decision is a decision, right? And I feel like that's not really like, that can feel confusing and complicated, not because it's like, this is like really more a conversation or a question about like, how do I decide, right? And it's like, how have you decided to do anything? Have you ever woken up one morning and just decided to be happy? It's like the same thing, where it's like, you decide to feel good anyways. Like if you freaking had got a flat tire, you can freak out and be annoyed and feel so inconvenienced, or you can be like, yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. It's really like a choice and response, if that makes sense. But it's like, if it's feeling really hard, that's because there's a lot of momentum, right? There's a lot of like, best way to describe that is like a snowball. You guys have heard me say this. If you've been following me for a while, you already know what I'm about to say. You could probably quote me. Say it with me. It's like a snowball that starts at the top of a hill, right? The further down the hill it gets, the bigger it gets because more snow packs onto it, and also the faster it moves, right? So emotions, and this is something like that I break down hella and get lit, is like emotions have a momentum as well, right? And if you deciding is not available to you in that moment, it's because it's already, there's too much. It's too much, right? Like the snowball has run you over emotionally, so to speak, right? And like, I really love what Abraham Hicks says. She says, like, you know, you ask for help by the time like you jumped out of an airplane at like 40,000 feet in the air and you have no parachute and you're like, what do I do? Hold on, it'll be over soon, right? And I feel like you have to let yourself do that sometimes. Like, I have to let shit play out like emotionally for me, like when needed. When needed, okay? But anyways, but it's like, I feel like when you're taking the drama out of it, right? It doesn't feel like there's this vibe so much there that's like, I can fuck it up and it's hard and I have to fix it right now. Otherwise I'm never gonna get ahead or it's never gonna work, right? And so at that point in time, when it feels literally that hard that you literally can't even decide like that and be your own source in that moment, too much momentum, just give yourself permission to feel like shit until you take a nap or until you go to sleep. Seriously. Seriously, it makes things so much easier because then it's like the next day you have the power to choose and decide because momentum has reset, right? I also talk a lot about naps in the course. Nap money, nap money, nap money. Does that make sense? When you say be your own source, you are just talking about calming yourself down and getting yourself happy, right? And if so, why not just call it get yourself happy? Because it doesn't feel like getting yourself happy. It feels like just like, okay, how I see it is like money is not my source of safety, validation, worthiness, whatever. Also, I can call it whatever I want. But anyways, this, like, I call it what it is because it's like, that's what makes the most sense for it. That's what captures it fully. But anyways, money is not my source of safety, of validation, of safety, validation, worthiness, happiness, none of it, right? And just like, my boyfriend is not my source of love, right? Like, I am my source of love. I am my source for like worthiness, safety, security, all these things. And it's like, stop making it about money. Otherwise it's like money just becomes this unstable or continues to be this like not stable thing in your life because you're emotionally not stable. And you're like, you're just kind of keeping yourself in this cycle where it's like reacting. And then it just stays feeling hard. And it's not hard. It's not hard at all. And like, when you solve that mental drama, it's like you truly let things be easy because they are, right? But when you're your own source, it's about like, I don't need money in this moment to feel safe. I don't need a man to love me to know how lovable and fucking awesome I am. You know what I mean? Or like, I don't need to lose the extra 10 pounds to know how fucking sexy and worthy and deserving I am, right? It's like, you just choose that anyways outside of the circumstances. You are your source. I love that. Yeah, totally. And then you give yourself the ability to create the external thing, to have the partner, to have the relationship, to have like the healthier body, to have the money. But it's like, you can't when you're stuck in that drama, that cycle of drama. Make sense? Makes sense. Gianna took my notebook. Well, it's technically her notebook. Gianna took her notebook back. Notebook back. Wah. Yeah, I think it's all good though. It's all up here. Totally makes sense. And at the time I'm referring to, it seemed that there was so much momentum going. There was so much momentum going in that challenging direction that even when I woke up, I already felt it. It didn't feel like the momentum had stopped while I was sleeping. I would wake up and feel the extreme stress and anxiety as soon as I was conscious. Yeah. So if it feels like, honestly, if it feels like extreme tension and anxiety when you wake up, here's how it can go. Like, it can start subtle, right? Because emotion can like linger to the point where it's like you wake up and you still feel it a little bit. But I think because that momentum is already there, right? It's still there. Like, the snowball is still like there, but it's like, it's easier to navigate here than when it's like here at the bottom, right? Hill at the bottom, but then it's like big as fuck, right? But anyway, so it's a lot easier to navigate in the early subtle stages. But if it really feels like that, then like your job right now, I think you're in the course. Literally module 1 is your job right now, Haley. Just module 1. So it's all about like lessening that resistance, right? And doing so to the point where it's like, then you have the ability to navigate your emotional well-being. You have the ability to like choose and decide and be your own source, and then choose and decide to have money, right? Whereas like before, you know, module 1, like it's something that it's all about getting out of resistance first, right? And it, because, you know, for me, when I first started doing work around money, I couldn't like, I couldn't literally even fucking like think about money without freaking the fuck out on like a scale of 1 to 100, like 200, right? Like that's how bad it was for me. So it's all about like and I say this in module 1, but I literally used module 1 of my own course, hence why it's in there, all of them. But I used module 1 of my own course for months to lessen that resistance. And then it was like, then it just got easy. Then it just got fucking easy. And then it was like the rest of the work. Like I remember there were times I couldn't even fucking like look at my phone because I was afraid that I wouldn't like, I was afraid. Like I associated my phone with like money, and I was like, I don't even want to like deal with that at all. So I would just like ignore my phone, avoidance, right? Wouldn't check my bank account. I couldn't even like think or talk about money without freaking the fuck out, you know? And that honestly now that's just crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Like I love checking my bank account balance. I love like keeping up to speed with that. Like I love like seeing how much is in there. Like I love I love just like having that connected relationship with it, and it feels easy, and I always choose and decide to just have more, and then it just is, and then it's done, and it's easy. Drama-free, stress-free, easy as fuck, right? But it wasn't like that at first, and if it feels hard, that's because you're in resistance, and you're trying to make changes from resistance. You can't make changes from resistance, right? You're trying to make money from a vibe of not enough money, and that's like literally opposite, right? It's literally like contradictive. You're trying to act from a contradictive energy, so it's hard. Driving with your emergency brake on. Okay. I'm listening to this, realizing I make so many things so much harder than they have to be, and I've been making money and food and material things my source. Totally. So it's just like, now that you know, right? Awareness is always, like I always say this, I'll say this so much, but anyways, like awareness is like the hardest part, but it's also like once you're there, you're good. Now you just have to keep shifting it until it's no longer an issue, you know, and then it's really easy. Okay. Right, worthiness, safety is all something you give to yourself. Whenever I used to hear that whole be your source thing, I used to be so confused and frustrated because I didn't understand how I was going to actually create money. I get it now, but just saying. I'm glad you get it now. That's all that matters, right? All right, who's ready for homework? Okay, so remember, the prize is $250. Also, you have to have a PayPal account. So if you don't have one and you know what's like a really fun part about this is like people use the stuff I teach them in the free challenge to manifest winning the prizes. So it's super cool. But anyways, and you know what's hilarious? I swear to God, you guys, I swear to God, it's always random how we choose the people. Like I actually have my assistant do it, and she does so randomly. She just like mixes you all in like a hat on the internet, like, and this algorithm picks a random person for each one, right? And it almost always is people who have joined Get Lit. Like I'm just saying. Like whether joining that round or a previous round. Yeah, thank God. So grateful for your help. Good. Thank you. I'm glad. Okay, but anyways, first prize. There's not really places. It's like you're all equally like, it's not like who does the best or anything like that. 3 people will be chosen who fully participate in every day, and you'll be chosen on Friday, so you have to do it by then. And we'll just randomly put you in a spot, basically. Well, my assistant will. But anyway, so $250, $100, and a rich as fuck mug. And you also get a rich as fuck mug when you pay in full for the course, by the way. So there's that. You can always have 2 mugs. We had someone end up with 2 mugs once, but anyways, they just gave it to a friend. And then, yeah, so are you ready for your homework? What you need to do to be like entered in to win the prizes is post this homework on social media on either Instagram or Facebook with the hashtag #GetLitMoneyChallenge, okay? And if you signed up for this 3-part training series thingy, you'll also get an email with the instructions. And then someone was kind enough to leave the hashtag in the comments for you guys as well. I believe that was Angel. So thank you for that, Angel. But anyway, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to create 3 to 5 affirmations that you will use when you feel triggered by money or scarcity specifically, right? So to kind of bring you back to reality, right? To bring you back to what's ultimately true, right? So that it's like you're no longer falling into that cycle of your mind and you're instead choosing conscious thought that like directs you in the direction that you want to be going in, right? Like energetically, mentally and emotionally, and even financially, right? So some examples, 3 to 5 affirmations. I am my own source, right? Simple, easy enough, right? I choose to know, decide, and believe that I'm inherently safe, right? Regardless of what's going on right now, I'm inherently safe, right? Just stuff like that. I won last year and had Justin join the course then. Yeah. I want to win. Yay. Okay. I joined. Yeah. Yeah, Camilla, you got the mug last year, didn't you? Or this year? Anyways, and Camilla is slaying that course. So she's snaps for Camilla. All right, so that's your homework. If you haven't signed up for the free 3-part training series, I made a post in the Facebook group today, so sign up because you will get the replays emailed to you as well as like the homework and instructions, as well as the dates and times, or like the times, dates, and places of day 2 and day 3 because they're going to vary and fluctuate just a little bit. All right, I love you guys so much. I really hope this helped you. And don't forget, the doors to Get Lit with Money Bitch close Thursday. So time is running out. Get in, change your whole fucking life. You deserve it. You're ready. You're worthy. The time is now, etc. I love you guys. Bye.